All right, welcome back to Best Ban, the one-on-one interview series where we talk to some of the top players in the. No, that's not this. This is different. This is Best Ban. This is where we compare two different monsters. We talk about which one we would ban in RTA and why. Uh, these are, disclaimer. These are my opinions. This is what I would do. Just because I do it doesn't mean it's right. So, getting that out of the way, we are doing Ganymede versus Hathor, and they're right next to each other on the arrow keys, which is super convenient for our purposes. So let's take a look. I'm going to start with Ganymede because I'm much more familiar with him, having had a Ganymede and played with Ganymede for a couple seasons now in RTA. Let's look at his kit. We'll talk about his strengths. The leader skill, accuracy 55%, is fantastic. It's a really, really good leader skill. You use it a decent amount of the time, so that's nice. He brings that. We'll come back to that. That's crazy. His first skill is probably one of the better first skills in the game for RTA. It's super useful. It's a cleanse. It's an attack 2 times, has a chance to cleanse on each one. The proc rate is not high, it's like 50%. We'll look at it skilled up. But it's 2 chances. So, if you get banned out of all your... Did I say cleanse? It's a buff remover. If you get banned out of all your buff removers, you at least have him so you're not completely hopeless. If you're going against double immunity, he always gives you a chance. His second skill, also really great. It reduces cooldowns to 0 on 1 unit. What's really interesting is even though it was nerfed, he can't ventilate himself. People still use him. He's still a top pick. That's how strong he was before. He used to be god tier. All right, skill 3. This is where he makes everything happen. You guys probably know this, but I'm going to go through it anyway because some people might not know it. So that's the plan. Seal magic, irresistible. That's the word. That's the keyword. Is irresistible. It puts the target skills on max cooldowns, and if that was not enough, it sets all attack bars to 0. So it's the Okeanos cooldown, except it can't be resisted, and it's the Varad or Charlotte, say, puts all attack bars to 0. Obviously, it doesn't bring quite the utility of some of those things, but it's great. It is hard countered by immunity, so if you bring Ganny, expect to see some immunity. People just do that. They do that anyway. So that's his kit. The main thing about his kit, besides his skills that makes him shine, is 113 base speed. That's super, super fast, and anything with fast base speed in RTA, you can outspeed other units by building them fast, or you can pack other stats in there because the speed is a little bit cheaper, and it scales better off of percentage, right? So that's Ganymede. Let's take a look at Hathor. Another fantastic leader skill. The resist leader skill, 41%, is super, super great because, she wants to do stuff to you, and you want to do stuff to her, but she's like, nah, we're just going to resist that, and I'll keep doing my stuff to you. So that's great. Skill 1, not ideal, but not horrible. It's a sustained skill. It's an attack down. She seems to land it on Perna like it's her job because people build her high accuracy, so it just happens. So it's not horrible, but it's not as good as Ganny's. Skill 2, really nice, really, really nice. It's a buff removal, not a cleanse, a buff removal, a single target buff removal. Removes all beneficial effects and sleeps the unit for 1 turn. So this works really well with her skill 3, and I think it skills up to 100%. Skill 3, this is the bread and butter. This is the scary thing. Decreases the attack bar of all enemies by 75% each and puts them all to sleep for 2 turns. So assuming this completely lands, it's minus 2 turns for your whole team, so that's minus 8 turns, and minus 75% times 4. So that's an extra, 300% of turns? So another 3 turns. So technically it's minus 11 turns. Now, you're going to have to wake something up, so technically you can take the minus 11 and make it like minus 9, 8, or 9, but still, 1 skill denies 8 to 9 turns. Crazy. This is why she's so great. The fact that she can remove buffs and get another sleep, that's another turn. She's exchanging 1 turn for 8 and 1 turn for 1, but really it's 2, kind of, because it's removing buffs, so you wasted the buff turn. So her kit's great. So her base speed is bad. Yay, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. So you can comfortably feel that most units you build that have a base speed of like 110, like a Ganny or a Wusa or anything like that, they're going first. If you build them speedy, they're just going to. Most Hathors are built violent, I believe. There's a couple swift ones out there that are annoying, but then they get willed out. She resists will. Will is a great counter to her as well. Will or immunity. I don't really have a good immunity unit, so sad face. But the rest of her stats are really good. The HP's good, the attack's okay, but not bad for support, and the defense is also pretty good. So that's what she brings. Hathor, Ganny. Which one would you ban? Here's my opinion. I would ban a Ganny. Almost always. Because Ganny makes Hathor go crazy. At least Hathor by herself only does this once. So you just got to survive through the shenanigans once. Of course, if we're choosing between the two, Ganny's not going to refresh her, and she's not going to do it a million times, but he's going to refresh everything else that they bring. So if they're playing a control comp, and you ban out their Hathor, but they get to keep their Ganny, they're going to do horrible things like Varad you, they're going to Okeanos you, they're going to do, like, Perna's going to die, and then Perna's going to live again, or Vanessa's going to live, Vanessa's going to do her thing again, Triana's, Ganny is, he's an enabler. He's too big of an enabler for so many other things in the game. And so that's my personal feel. Whenever I have the choice, I ban out the Ganny, I deal with the Hathor for one turn. I don't know if that's right, but that's what I do. So that's just me. Let's look at the data and see what the data says. Let's look at Ganny. So Ganny is a 63% pick rate, 63.5. It's the second most picked monster in the game. So it's a first pick for a lot of people. Way below Molong, but still higher, more often picked than Wusa. Very interesting. The ban rate is 22.25%. When he gets on the team, he wins 52.7% of the time. When he is banned, his team wins 53% of the time. Interesting. Let's go look at Hathor. So Hathor is a 50% pick rate, a 23% ban rate, so a higher ban than Ganny. So maybe I'm wrong. People ban Hathor more than they ban Ganny. The win rate when Hathor is in the match is 54%. The win rate when Hathor is banned is 53%. So compared to Ganny, when he's included, he wins less than when he's banned. That makes sense. When he's banned, his team wins more than when he's included. So that means the rest of what they do is good at doing things. Versus Hathor, when she gets to play, the team wins 0.7% of the time more than when she's banned. So that means probably, well, you ban her, and the team's automatically less likely to win by a tiny amount that probably doesn't matter to you statistically, 0.7%. Versus Ganny, if you let people play with Ganny, they're more likely to lose. That's weird. But regardless, Hathor's win rate is better than Ganny's win rate. Across the board, right? Yeah. So maybe I'm banning the wrong thing. Because Hathor wins more. I guess if she goes off, in theory, they can do something that immediately murders you. Or maybe it's just the mass amount of turns that you're denied is a winning play. I don't know. So statistically, I think you should probably ban Hathor. You know, looking at the stats, she's banned more. So that means on average, people think you should ban Hathor more. She wins more, whether you're picked or banned. So maybe I'm just crazy wrong here. Maybe I'm biased towards Ganny because I have Ganny, and I feel like Ganny wins me matches, and so I don't want him to win other people matches. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna start doing that differently. That's worth looking at. Let's take a look at their teammates. This is kind of cool. This data is awesome. The Reddit poster who pulled this is like my best friend. I just stare at this stuff. It's so great. Ganny's most often teammates is Hathor, then Perna, then Molong, then Tiana, then Sierra. That makes sense. Sierra goes first. Tiana clears everything off and goes first. Perna is sustained and lots of damage. And Hathor is, we get the thing going, the Hathor-Ganny cycle. Molong is, again, lots of damage. Let's see if Hathor is any different. Hathor's most likely teammates, Ganny, Perna, Molong, Sierra, Tiana. Nope, it's the same team. I found the team. If you have Ganny Hathor, this is your team. Perna, Molong, Sierra, Tiana, apparently. Let's see what people try to do and fail more often than they succeed because the win rate is over 50%. What do they try to do against this banana stuff? They try to bring Oki, which makes sense because Oki's fast and can reset Ganny. Oh, that's what I should be doing. I should reset the Ganny. But then the Hathor. If I ban the Hathor, though... Okay, I'm learning how to play by looking at data, so don't mind me. Veligul, Raccoony, Perna, Wusa. So Perna is not a counter, Perna sustained, but it's I want to murder you, Ganny, before you can do things to me. So that's what people do. But the Wusa, the Vela, they're trying to double immunity and get around it. Interesting. Preceding picks, Molong will almost always be a preceding pick to everything because he's the most picked monster in the game. So people go Molong Ganny. I go Molong Ganny. I think it's great. Every once in a while, someone goes Wusa Ganny. I love the Hathor preceding pick. That just means they went Hathor Ganny instead of Ganny Hathor, in my opinion. Let's go look at the Hathor. What do people try to do against Hathor? Kind of the same stuff. Raccoony, Meihuang, Veligul, Okeanos, Perna. That's kind of the anti-CC plan that people bring. preceding picks, what you would expect. I don't see Josephine in here, and as a new Josephine owner, I'm like, Josephine. Because, yeah, I would ban Hathor. I would not ban Hathor ever against Josephine. With Josephine, I would ban Ganny for sure, because Ganny can cool down Josephine, whereas Josephine just laughs at Hathor. Hathor would have to ban out Josephine, I think, which would let your Rakuni Mei Wang whatever go through. So that's my best ban analysis on Ganny Hathor. They're a frustrating combo that you will see together all the time, so I think they're a great best ban topic. I tend to ban Ganny, but the stats say ban Hathor. What do you guys think? I don't know. This is a tough one. This is like razor thin in terms of all the margins, and it might just rely on how you personally deal with these units. People with Wusa, Vela, I don't know. Maybe they. I'm conflicted, guys. But we looked at it. I laid it all out. It's up to you to determine what you want to do. I ban Ganny. You might ban Hathor. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching. Best Bands coming back at you with more banny things. I'm thinking maybe Molong Perna, but no, people ban Molong. We'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care, everybody.